You are now tuned in to the GNWY podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the GNWY podcast. And we have none other than one of my good friends, Deanne, Brodie-Mends. Everybody, make some noise for our new guest. Studio audience. Okay.
Thank you, Jordan.
For one, how you doing during this quarantine life?
Do you know anything about the Enneagram?
Yes. I'm just fed a lot of information from a second source. So, but yeah, I know a little bit about it.
Okay, so do you know anything about sevens?
I do know a little bit about sevens. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm a 7, right? So I like to be out. I don't like feeling
okay.
trapped. So quarantine felt like I was trapped.
Okay.
I enjoyed it the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, it's time to leave. So
Definitely
I'm
over
here.
it, yeah.
I'm over it now.
Definitely.
I've been like trying to leave, so I'll go to the lake several times.
Okay.
Or I'll
And
just
do what?
drive.
What do you do there?
Just sit there,
Just sit there.
Sit in the car. Or I'll walk. I like to walk outside a lot.
Yeah.
Or with a park.
Does that, because for everybody that is out there right now, Deanne's a super creative person. You're a poet, you're a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Have you written a book? Or you're on your process right now, right?
Process of
Yeah.
it, so
Okay.
this gives me accountability to actually do that. So.
Right, okay.
Thanks,
It's
Jordan.
out there now. It is out there. So,
Right.
and then also a singer, and you're just a dope leader within the culture and everything too. So, but has the quarantine or anything affected your creativity or anything like that?
No, I actually have the privilege of being a part of a collective. It's called Ex Nihilo.
Okay.
And so it's a collective of spoken word artists
Yeah.
and videographers, photographers, all of that.
Yeah.
So I am supposed to put out content monthly.
Really?
So it's forced me to, write and do all of that.
That's
so.
even more accountability.
Oh,
then,
even
yeah.
more. Now you're making me write a book and do that.
right. You better get on it. Right. That's what's up. So what's the thing that you're actually working toward right now at the moment?
Okay, so I'm actually working on this video project that has
Yeah.
to deal with singleness. So be on the lookout for that.
Singleness,
okay?
as you being a single person.
Being
yeah.
a single, I feel a lot of times women specifically are asked why are you single? That's a dumb question because how are we supposed to know that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hidden in the season, or God's trying to do
Yeah.
some things with me, or God wants to perfect me in purpose, and so we don't
okay.
know those type of things. And so, for me, I was single forever, right? Forever.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I want to be able to bring that perspective because I have a degree in that, in
Okay.
singleness.
Shout out, she just dropped that. I have a degree.
I have a degree in
Okay.
singleness.
No big
so
deal.
I feel qualified to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. And I
Okay.
think that it'll be helpful because I want other women to know that it's not a curse to be single.
Yeah.
And that you can be perfected in purpose. God can do things with you while in your singleness, and
Wow.
being in a relationship. It's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
So.
Is that through spoken word, or what are you
Spoken
putting
word,
out for
and
that?
then testimonials from other women.
Okay.
So,
Wow. That's what's up.
so I'm trying to create this whole thing around it.
Yeah.
so.
When do you feel like that's gonna be dropping?
I am going to project the end of the month.
Okay,
Look
more
at that.
accountability.
More
Let's go.
accountability.
Yeah,
Y'all are killing me.
Yeah,
okay?
let's
Here we
go. Let's go.
Yeah, but that's the plan.
That's super dope. So, for everybody that is also out there, we go way back, right? Everybody
Way
that's
back.
with OP days and stuff like that. The OP, original OP, and everything.
I knew Jordan before GNWY. Can you believe that?
Wowzers.
Before this was birthed.
That's wild.
I know.
And so even even through those whole years of just making a community and everything, how do you feel that setting the tone of something that's really open for people to be expressive in their talent and everything like that? How is that helpful for you to be able to start as either an artist or a creative and everything?
Okay, well, shout out to Tori.
Right.
Because she put us all on.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah,
give a shout
yeah.
out to her. No, Ordinary People Lounge really shaped
Yeah.
who I am now, and just my artistry.
Because that's when I first met you, and I was like, yo, these people are super dope.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I was just starting poetry, so
Yeah.
Will Lusk, we all love him.
Yeah.
He put
We
me.
all love him. Yeah.
He put me onto the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and he came to me with the idea that, hey, we need to do.
Yeah.
I want you to open up. I was the first person to open up for Ordinary People Lounge, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
And so every Thursday, it was the Lord would give me a new piece, and I would performing, trial and error. Sometimes I forgot. Sometimes I would know what's going on. But that really did shape me in a lot of ways because it pushed me out of my comfort zone for one. Yeah. A lot of people don't know this, but like I really am shy, even though I may not act that way. I really am. He just made me be confused. I really am. Like innately, I don't like to speak like that. I really don't. If anybody knew me in high school.
But you said you're a 7 and you like.
Yeah, now I feel like I've grown into that.
Oh, okay, got you.
But like inside, that's not something I really want to do, Girl, okay. No, but for real.
Accountability,
Accountability. So, like, OP Lounge, in essence, gave me, like, it forced me to talk. And forced me to get on stage and forced me to
Do you think that was kind of like something that set a tone and trajectory of like where you're at right now?
Yeah, for sure. I just feel because like we were all there. I feel like we met a lot of emerging artists in that same room. And so a lot of the connections that I have now are because of OP. Yeah. And because of the opportunities that were given through that. That's why I think it's vital that we still have that in the city. Like, I'm trying to bring it back.
Hey, definitely. So, like, even bringing that whole thing up is like, I mean, we have that, which was kind of like a turning point for a lot of people, like you were saying. And so, but now you're like traveling around. People are booking you for like spoken words and like singing and everything like that. So, like, how does that feel from going to like starting out as like, I don't know where my voice is. I don't know how I can fit my talent in, blah, blah, to now you knowing your lane. Now you knowing, like, what you're wanting to do. How does that, like, what was that whole process like of finding your
what
lane?
That was out? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start from the beginning. So I was like, all the way to the beginning. So I used to play basketball. That was something that was like, I thought that was my goal in life. I was going to be the NBA. I wanted to be Lisa Leslie, that type of thing. Yeah. And I tore my ACL. So my, junior year of like high school or whatever. Yeah. So I let go of that dream and I was like, okay, well, I don't know what even my niche is or what even I'm good at. I also grew up in a family of a lot of expectation. If you have African parents, they're another breed, okay? Another breed. So there was just a certain way, because like they don't want you to struggle, which is a good thing, but they don't want you to struggle. Yeah. So I went to school. My first year in college, and I was like, for physical therapy, I was like, I'm not good at math or science. I'm just not good at it. I tried.
That's all that matters. You tried.
I tried.
Right. Definitely.
But then my grade point average was a 1.9, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that didn't try. Yeah.
Right. So it was really, really bad. And so for a couple of weeks, I literally pray to the Lord, like, God, what do you want me to do? I don't know what I should do.
And at this time, you didn't know that you could write? Or?
No. I mean, like, I would write out of frustration. Because I was angry about what my parents would do.
Of course. What your parents would do.
But not because because it was a craft or anything like that. So also, my freshman year in college, I transitioned to a church, the Place of Faith. Shout out to Bishop Joel Tubman and Lady Latasha Tubman. Okay, yeah. And it was when I would go to church and I would ask God, like, what should I do? I don't know if I'm good at a lot of different things, but what should I do? And so I met Will, Lusk, and Roland. So crazy. And they were just very creative. Like, I think they brought that out of me. Right. They were like, hey, we write and we do videos and da-da-da. And so I switched my major at school to mass communication. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I knew it was going to be better than physical therapy. So I would start taking classes about videography and just like things of that nature. And one day, Will for church, he was like, I need to write a poem. So I was like, hey, I'll write one for you. That was literally how it started. I was like, I'll write one for you. So he was like,
you wrote for him? Uh-huh. Okay. Wow. That's what's up.
So I wrote a poem, and then he was like, hey, he's like, please don't get mad. No, he said he would come by and read it, and so see if he could use it. So I said, hey, like, you can use this poem. I don't know if it's good or not, but you can use it. He read it and he was like, I'm not doing this. You're gonna do it. Wow. So I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not good at this. I'll probably do poetry later on in life. But I'm not doing that. But then he was like, no, you're gonna do it. And so we ended up telling our youth leaders about this, and then I ended up doing a poem that day, like for our event at church. And that's how all of that started.
Do you remember what your first one was about like that?
I talked about, what did I talk about? I think it was like overcoming sin, something like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So going from that to like where you're at right now, like what was that whole process? When was the realization that like, yo, this is my thing and this is what people are gonna know D for?
I don't know. I just think the more I did it, the more I felt comfortable doing it. I felt like just the impact I was getting from it, and just like how people responded to the things I said. Yeah, that changed everything. So I was like, okay. Definitely. And then I also felt like the Lord was leading me to do so. It came easier than all the other things, and it became like me. Deanne the poet.
Deanne the poet.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, I think the one that I really remember is like that tick. Like, what's a...
That's it, right? 60 seconds.
Yes. Yeah. That one was wild. And then the one you do with Ryan.
Woman's Worth?
Gosh. Yes.
Thank you.
Y'all are wild. So, but anyway, so I'm a kind of not anyway wrap it up. But like, is there anything like for somebody that's out there that's like wanting to be inspired by like... They're thinking, okay, I can write. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but like what's some steps that you can tangibly give them or advice that you can be like,
for writing specifically or just like
being a creative or a writer or anything?
Let me see.
Or maybe they feel like they don't have an opportunity to do that. So like what's a way that like they can get creative of finding ways to do that? Well,
one thing I would say to any creative is like, find like what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
At least for me, because like, I'm a believer, like, I'm like, God, what do you want me to do first and foremost?
Yeah.
Like, what is my thing?
Right.
And I think the more that you try certain things out, okay, maybe I write, or maybe I'll sing, or maybe I'll do something like that.
Yeah.
And then you find out, wow, this is something that I'm really, really interested in, something that I'm passionate about, something that I want to make an impact with. I think the most important thing is just to start. You'll never know if you don't try.
Definitely.
So, take a risk, see if it's something that you like, and do it.
That's real.
And then another thing, don't let people discourage you from like what God has called you to do. Yeah. I mean, for me, like I know that I'm supposed to be writing, I know I'm supposed to be speaking. But the people around you may not agree with it, and they may not think that that's for you.
Definitely.
But if God told you to do something, do it. No matter what people say or what you're surrounded by, if it's in you, it needs to come out. So
what's been the one thing that like you think has helped you the most in this whole process? Has it been like the people that you surround yourself with, or like what gets you in the most creative mode?
The environment. I think I'm around a lot of artists, like the majority, like all my friends. So I'm around creatives who are doing stuff, and so when you watch someone do something that inspires you, it causes you to want to do the same thing. I like watching poetry too. A lot of people don't, but
like on YouTube or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if anybody's heard like,
who's your
people were seeing
favorite poet?
Before Poets and Autumn Tour, huh?
Who's your favorite poet?
Wow, I got a lot of them, but I would say I like Jackie Hill Perry.
Okay. Yeah.
If you listen to Button Poetry, Alicia Harris, she's incredible. Joshua Bennett, there's a poem called, Balanoptera?
Yeah.
That's a dope poem. And then all the people for CM Poets that are now Poets in Autumn Tour, like Chris Webb, Ezekiel, Genetics, all my people.
Ezekiel's crazy.
He's insane.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's super dope. So being around, is that why you go to the lake a lot? You ride at the lake?
No, I actually don't ride the lake a lot.
Come on now.
That's not good.
You're just going out there chilling, looking at the waves.
Wow, just put me on blast. But yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Do you want to shout out main boo thing?
Yeah, sure.
Since singleness is over, right? Yeah, right. For you.
I just want to thank God for Mr. Sidney Carter, my boo. You over there? Also, he has a song coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
So everybody be on the lookout for that. I Need You, correct? It's Tony Foster Jr. and Sidney Carter and Candace Boyd, and it's called I Need You. And everybody needs to get on that. So you heard it here first. Ooh, Candace Duke. Please forgive me, Lord.
We're going to have your man in sometime for the podcast, right?
Yes. He's also an artist, businessman.
Don't give it all now. We'll have to talk about it. No, yeah.
I got to tell them.
Yeah. Tell the people where they can follow you at, and then
okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's
Okay.
bring it back to D. Yeah.
Yeah, enough about him. You know?
Yeah. Right.
You all can follow me at the Lady Deanne. Okay, on
You want to
Instagram.
spell that just for some people?
Yes.
Yeah.
At THE. Wow. Ooh. Well, Lady Lady Deanne DEANNE. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat.
Okay.
I really need to get on Twitter, but I'm not
don't even
about
mess
it.
with Twitter. Right.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
You get me.
Just cut it out.
And then on
we'll get it.
Facebook, I'm Deanne Brodie-Mends.
Yeah.
Deanne, and then Brodie, and has a hyphen, BRODIE hyphen MENDS.
Follow for everything, anything creative that she's gonna be putting out, whether it's spoken word, writing, books, all that stuff. And so we appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking your time to come through.
Thank you for
definitely.
letting me be a part.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
It's been a good episode. So be sure to follow her on anything and everything. So thank you so much for tuning in to the latest Generation Y podcast.